All right, guys, welcome back to another video. If you enjoy daily gaming and Xbox content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. So we're talking here to start off today's show about the upcoming Xbox Series X, the new version, the mid-gen refresh that we saw get leaked with the FTC documents. And as we know, it looks like they are putting out an all-digital Xbox Series X. It is codenamed Brooklyn. And here is all the information about this console, because people were looking at it and they've probably already forgotten a lot about this console from what the documents had said. It's all broken down here nicely. And this is what we can kind of expect from a hardware perspective from Xbox through 2024, if those documents are correct, if they haven't changed course. So like I said, this is Brooklyn, the all digital Xbox Series X, a mid-generation refresh, not any new power. But generally, this is what we do see throughout console life cycles, is a slim version come out or a new version. Obviously, with the disk drive in the current Xbox Series X and the complete shift over to digital, I mean, we're even seeing physical games just being taken out of Best Buys and Walmarts, and it's all going away. Anything physical, it's, for me, disappointing, but that's just the way of the future when it comes to the gaming industry. And Xbox is preparing for that by giving people that option of getting a all digital Series X with some upgraded storage, as well as some other cool features that I think would make this one enticing for people who want that all digital platform. So we also know previously they did launch the Series S, the new version of it, the black one, with a upgrade in the storage going up to 1 terabyte, which was a nice upgrade because 512 gigabytes on the white Series S just filled up extremely fast, and even 1 terabyte does fill up extremely fast. But here's what we know about the Brooklyn. It's expected to be that new Xbox Series X launch, and it will retail for $499, which is the current MSRP of the Xbox Series X, unless you're able to get those deals over Black Friday and leading up to Christmas. There's tons of great deals for an Xbox Series X, so if you lucked in, you got one for way cheaper than $499. But with this $499 price tag, which I think is great, it is going to be coming with double the storage, 2 terabyte storage, for it's time in gaming where with 1 terabyte you're filling that thing up with just a couple of games. So 2 terabyte is very much needed. It will also reduce the need to go out and buy that expansion card that is still relatively expensive to add on to your storage on your console. They also say here that around this time they will likely discount the current Xbox Series X. I see that one dropping $50 or even $100, maybe a $399 price tag on the current Xbox Series X. And that will be a very nice price for a lot of people. I know for myself, even with some of these upgrades here for the Series X digital, if I'm going to the store and I'm able to save $100 on the Series X with a disk drive, I would potentially sway towards that because I have physical games and I still want to be able to play those things. If I just get a Series X digital, I'm done with physical altogether because I have a Series S, Series X. I'll have no way to play that. One of the things I actually am hoping they do add to the Series X digital is the option to buy a disk drive to attach to it, similar to what they did with the PlayStation 5 Slim. I think that is something that is almost needed when you're taking out the disk drive from a console that it launched with, because people will want to upgrade to this, but if they have any physical games, it will probably deter them. So you give them that option of attaching on a disk drive. Now, in terms of the picture and how it looks, we've seen it cylindrical, same vertical stand. I mean, it looks fine to me. I like the sleek, simple design of these consoles. I don't like the design of the PS5. I actually like the design of the Series X better. I know it's very simple, but it just fits nice in my entertainment system and looks good. But you can see here that the Xbox power button and the controller pairing button and the new USB-C port will be placed in a vertical orientation on the Xbox Series X digital. And the front USB-C port will replace the USB-A port, which is currently there right now on the Series X. And then on the back, we don't have any renders, but you can essentially assume it's going to be the exact same. USB-A ports, an Xbox expansion card slot, an HDMI, Ethernet, optical audio, and the power port, all the stuff that is within there. Now, the other interesting thing here with this Series X digital is it potentially is going to be involved with Xbox Design Labs. Xbox Design Labs, as we know, is an awesome feature at Xbox where you can create completely customized controllers, colors, the feel of the buttons, like they're shiny or they're not, the metallic stuff, and overall just give yourself a personalized Xbox controller. It looks like they potentially may be doing this as well with this Series X, as the internal FCC documents listed the console as being a part of the Xbox design labs. I would love to see that. I think that would be a great idea. I was kind of hoping that they would bring in the current Xbox Series X into the design labs. Now, they haven't done that. Maybe that is still in the works in the future, but they instead released some covers. You had the Starfield one, you also had some other colors, but they haven't really released anything else with those covers for the Xbox Series X. I was hoping that they would release an Xbox Series X cover essentially for every single first party game that they do release, and people could buy those and personalize the console with their favorite games. But maybe they put a couple of those out. Maybe they didn't sell as well as they thought, and they may be phasing those out and then getting ready to bring out the digital Series X and put it into the design labs as the way for you to actually customize it yourself. Now, in terms of some other things here that would be a very nice upgrade, Wi-Fi 6E speeds are going to be included with Project Brooklyn, which is huge because I have my Series X connected to my Wi-Fi and I have this fast internet, but it's still is throttle. It still doesn't download as fast as I would like. And if that can be increased, then I'm all for that. They also are going to be adding, for the first time on an Xbox console, Bluetooth 5.2. Finally, I mean, this has been a long time coming, which hopefully Xbox is going to allow you to connect third-party peripherals that use Bluetooth, and they aren't going to lock it off to keep it only for first party Xbox peripherals. Like if the new controller that we talked about the other day, if that one uses Bluetooth, hopefully they aren't just putting that in there so it works with that stuff, and to future proof these consoles for other peripherals that come out. So I'm happy that they're finally putting Bluetooth in here. And again, 2 terabyte storage up from the 1 terabyte. It will also have a smaller die for improved efficiency, which will make it run cooler and quieter and pulling less power from the wall. But I mean, the current Series X and the Series X, you don't really hear anything from them. They really make almost no noise. They did a really good job this generation with solving that issue that a lot of people had last generation, specifically with the PS4, the PS4 Pro. It sounded like a jet engine was always taking off. But these current consoles right now are relatively silent, which is a nice upgrade. So there's going to be that new digital Series X, most likely going to be announced in the summer at the Xbox Showcase and then released late October, early November. And it's probably the same thing similar here with this new Xbox controller, which would be the premium version controller, which we talked about last week. So it'll be an insane year for Xbox, not only from a games perspective, but we're also more than likely going to be getting some new hardware. And then the next question here is, will they be releasing a pro version of this console, especially if the PS5 Pro does finally get announced and finally come out, something that has been in the rumors for a while? Will Xbox want to match that to be able to keep that power narrative for their marketing, or are they just going to wait? And from what we've seen from these documents, from what we've seen from the Xbox roadmap, the rumors are right now that they are planning to release the next generation of Xbox slightly earlier than PlayStation. Maybe they're just going to wait that out and then just put out a brand new Xbox, a different name, not call it a Pro, branded something different that's just going to be significantly more powerful than the Series X, and then kick off the next generation maybe a year earlier, like they did with the Xbox 360 versus the PS3, which I think really actually did help Xbox get a nice head start on PlayStation during that generation. So we will see. But either way, I want to see this thing in the flesh, and I want to see it finally announced so we can compare it to the current Xbox Series X. Now, let's jump over here. We got to continue to talk with Palworld, because Palworld is still doing crazy numbers. I think it's at like 6 million units sold or 6 million sales now for their game. And on Xbox, people are wondering how well it's doing there. Well, it's doing just as good. This comes here from Benji Sales. Says Palworld has reached #1 in terms of the most popular game on PC Game Pass, surpassing League of Legends, Valorant, and Minecraft. And then we also have this here from Rebs Gaming saying that the official Microsoft most played games on Xbox chart hasn't updated to show Palworld's ranking because it's a brand new game. However, True Achievements, which compiles gameplay data from over 2.4 million active Xbox accounts, lists Palworld as #3 for the most popular Xbox game. Right now, behind Fortnite and Call of Duty, slotting in there at #3 is Palworld. It's crazy how good this game is doing, not just on PC, but also on Xbox. And it really makes you look at this game coming to Xbox Game Pass as a huge victory here for Xbox, because they probably didn't pay very much to get this game into Xbox launching day and date on the platform. It's not releasing on PlayStation, and people are going to go out there, sign up to the Xbox ecosystem, buy an Xbox Series X or S literally just to play this game. And I doubt Xbox actually would have expected that before they signed that deal. And now here begs the question, what does Xbox do going forward? We know that they are looking to expand out their footprint in Japan. Pocket Pair, they have released the most popular game in the world right now. I don't foresee this thing slowing down whatsoever because of just the hype around it. It's actually a fun game. It's only going to get better. This is one that people are going to be playing for years and years if they continuously update it and bring out more content. So there's no way Palworld's going anywhere, at least as the way that we see it right now. Is this a target here for Xbox? Pocket Pair seems like the perfect target. And I think that they should go out there and make a solid deal or partnership with Pocket Pair, or go out and acquire this company, because it's going to help them grow in Japan. It's helping them move sales in the other parts of the world where Xbox doesn't do very well. And it's just a massive game that they're going to have as a first party if they went out and made a deal with Pocket Pair. Seems like a no-brainer. It seems like because they have worked with them previously. Craftopia, their first game, was on Xbox Game Pass. Now Palworld, the next logical step seemingly is to go out and solidify that relationship where Pocket Pair games would be exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem. I'm sure Phil Spencer is looking at this. I'm sure Xbox is looking at this. It will help them in so many ways from a business perspective, but we will see what happens now going forward, because they would be at the very top buying it with the success of Palworld. And we talked about the actual sales of this game, but not only are the sales insane, it has beaten Counter-Strike for concurrent players on Steam. For the record of the most concurrent players on Steam, it is now sitting at number 2 behind PUBG. So they say here on Tuesday, the game hit 1.8 million concurrent players, and that puts it ahead of Counter-Strike. Crazy to think about, because Counter-Strike has consistently been one of the most popular games in the world at all times. And to think that a game from a small indie studio like Pocket Pair will be put out and be able to surpass that, I don't think anybody had this on their bingo card for 2024, but here it is, and it's happening, and we will see if it ever is able to catch PUBG, because PUBG holds the record of 3.2 million concurrent players, which is set in January of 2018. That will be a very tough task, but the thing here is you just got to track this game. The numbers are continuously growing. They aren't slowing down. It's not like it's going to be one of those games like the first week or the first couple of days is a big hit and then it slows down. It looks like it is continuously going up. So we're going to see what happens here between now and the end of this week. And if the numbers keep going up, you never know. It could get close to that 3.2 million concurrent players mark that PUBG did set. And that would just be an insane thing to see from, again, a smaller indie developer. That there was 4 people that started working on this game before they expanded out to a slightly bigger team, but 4 people came up with this idea and put out the game that everybody's talking about right now. Now, yesterday we did talk about the the Nintendo, the Pokemon mod for Palworld, and in that video I said they're going to get sued. Something's going to happen relatively fast. Nintendo is definitely going to be on top of this, and of course they are. Nintendo has started to issue DMCA takedowns over the Palworld Pokemon mod that began to surface online yesterday. Not surprising whatsoever. I mean, Nintendo, we were talking about this. If there is truly plagiarism within Palworld, and you're seeing all these anonymous accounts doing these deep investigations as to looking at this model of a Pokemon versus this model of a PAL, and showing how there's no way that they could come up with these designs unless they were plagiarizing Pokemon. And these are all from anonymous accounts. There's been no legitimate, I would say, information out there to actually prove in any way that there has been plagiarism so far in Palworld. But if there is, the people that are going to know right away, probably already setting up a case, is Nintendo. I mean, they are on the ball when it comes to suing anyone who infringes on IPs that they own or any of their games. They are notorious for doing that, and even suing small people and smaller creators out there and stuff. So they will be suing Pocket Pair if they have a case. And Nintendo already probably knows if there is a case or not. And we'll probably be talking about that in the future if it does come up. But I hope it doesn't. I hope that they didn't do anything wrong here. I hope there's no plagiarism because it's a fun game and I don't want to see it go away. All right. Now let's just end off here with a couple of smaller things here for Xbox news. Specifically, Halo Infinite's next operation starting January 30th, and it is called Spirit of Fire. So an homage to Halo Wars 2, which I really did enjoy the Halo Wars series. I would love for them to put out in Halo Wars 3. I feel like it's not going to happen, but it'd be great to see. And this is starting on January 30th, like I said, and you can see just kind of a look at some of the content that will be coming out there, and it will include the Mark IV armor, which is awesome to see. And this is the kickoff of Halo Infinite moving away from seasons and then just releasing their operations every 4 to 6 weeks. This is going to be a very cool year for Halo Infinite, I think, with lots of content, but it's also going to be one that I'm going to be watching closely to see if this move to operations is meaning that they are slowly winding out Halo Infinite for the next Halo that we've heard lots of rumors about, potentially it being worked on in Unreal Engine 5. And if we get to the end of this year and you're starting to see the content kind of slow down, you're not really hearing any new announcements for 2025, maybe this is the end of a ton of Halo Infinite content that we were expecting to last for much longer than this. I hope not. It probably isn't, but we will continue to track that and see throughout 2024. And finally, if you've been trying to play Xbox 360 games on your Xbox 360, your Xbox One, or your Xbox Series X and S over the last couple of days, it has not been working. There was an outage. Xbox recognized that outage, and now everything has seemingly been fixed. There's an update to this article here, an update to this outage from True Achievement saying, good news, Microsoft says it has now fixed the Xbox 360 and backwards compatible outage. Players should now be able to get back online in their online backwards compatible games. So people were trying to jump into 360 games, play online matches, and it just wasn't working, and it should be all fixed up now. But I'm going to end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.